Here we go. Welcome, guys. How you doing? It's Quizando time. Well, it's not Quizando time. It's Comedy Nights time here. And there is Chris. There is me. And there. Oops. There we are. Okay, so let's move that out of the way. Yes, that was a nice echo going on. So, hope you're all
Yeah,
good.
what's going on with that? Hello.
So I hope you're good. Hold on, we have someone else messaging. It's all chaotic today. What's up? There's just so many messages. Oh, okay. So Steve will be joining us soon, and we'll let him know. Hello, Steve. Hello to the 13 of you who are watching so far. It is Comedians Cooped Up because of Corona this here Sunday night. The days are blurring already, and it's only day 3.
Why does it feel like so much longer?
I have no idea. I do not know why it's feeling like it's been so much longer. It's only been a weekend, guys. Only a weekend. Yeah, tonight. So we have some special guests joining us. Steve Hili is going to be with us later on tonight.
Yep.
He's going to be joining us in the house.
When he wakes up.
Oh, he is up. He's actually asking for the link right now, which is wonderful. He's not. Yeah,
well, it's your fault.
Yeah, I haven't sent it to him yet. There's a lot going on as well on my side, but we just want to say hello. If you are out there, send your love. Let us know in the comments that you're out there and that you're ready to have some fun tonight here.
Oh my God, we've reached that stage already of the apocalypse. Where we're like, if there's anybody out there, please let us know. At noon tomorrow, I will be at dock number 1.
we'll be putting out that smoke signal very soon.
Yes.
So yeah, today, how was day 3 for you? Did you stay indoors all day?
Yes, I've been indoors all day.
And does it feel just sort of how is it? Is it feeling sort of
Yes.
Does it feel sort of like this? Hold on, if I can get it to play. Is that how it feels?
It feels very similar to that.
As you can see there, the second day of quarantine, and
it's only a weekend, but it just feels like way longer. It just really does.
Someone's saying there's no sound out there.
Oh yeah, and hi to Elaine.
Who can't hear us? So,
work.
I can hear you, but
I can hear you.
Can you hear us? Plus, I have to work on my spelling. Okay, so we've sent messages out. Hopefully, they can hear us, and they'll hear us out in what's called that. Okay, sounds okay in Erica's room. Clifton, Cliff, it's all okay. It's fine for everybody. Fantastic, brilliant. Okay. Brilliant.
Oh no, Natasha. Oh no, that's you see, that's a worse day than mine. Right there, Natasha. I ran out of prosecco.
Oh gosh, you cannot run out of prosecco at the end of the world.
You see what happens, Natasha, if you don't go and panic buy. That's what happens. You run out of prosecco. You see why? Now everybody who went a little and went nuts is going like, well, I've got 2 cases of prosecco.
Yep, I actually do have about a case of prosecco.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
You were one of the people who went and panic buyed.
No, I actually had them from before, but that's why I knew when I went to go panic buy. I didn't need to buy prosecco at that time.
Oh, okay. Somehow you managed to prove my point wrong and right at the same time.
Yes, I know. See that, because it's always about win. Make sure everybody's right. So I'm glad you can hear us. Okay, Steve,
so everybody watching, I hope that you like the background of my office today. It's been specially cleared up because I was told yesterday that it was a bit too messy. So now this is the presentable version that you are seeing behind you. The curated version.
Yeah, this is just my room, and yeah, my house, and I didn't do anything to it. The wife did everything. If there's anything clean, I usually don't notice. Apparently, the wife said, "You don't show that we actually covered the couch, do we?" And it was like, I don't know. And today I just had to make sure that we don't, but we do cover the couch.
Okay.
Yeah. We cover the couch because our cat has a tendency to like to spend a lot of time on it, and it might, pee or whatnot. But
It looks
guys,
it looks like your couch has died, and you've just covered it with
yeah,
with a
just
sheet.
with a sheet, just throw it right over there.
Yeah, it's kind of like next you'll be giving it a chalk outline.
No, yeah, my day number 2. If anyone
Number
can show,
2. Whoa, number 2.
or
What?
sorry, day number 3. By the way, Natasha has asked if anybody can show some solidarity and send her some prosecco. She would be very pleased. Well, someone out there, if you do have prosecco and want to share it with Natasha, I'm sure they will come and help you out. In fact, that's going to bring me on to my next meme as soon as I find it, which is all about that sort of thing. So just going on back to what we had yesterday. Yesterday, someone had mentioned that Champs is closed. And there is a photo. There is an actual photo of Champs closed last night.
Yeah, and I'm just realizing it's not Champs, it's just Champ.
Champ, yes. But we always pluralize everything, don't we?
Somehow that changes it.
Champ.
Is it? Yeah. Have we been saying it wrong all this time? Is it just Maxim or Sphinx instead of Sphinx?
It's Muscat. It's Muscat, not Muscat. Oh my gosh, our world's changing. But yes, but over there, Natasha, I think I found the perfect person to help you out over there because Brian Manning, he is a corona-free single guy available to keep you company if you are a female on quarantine. So there you are. So you have someone to keep you company. I'm sure he'll provide prosecco. Brian, if you're listening, you know where to go. I'll hook the 2 of you up.
I love this Wes because you screenshot that.
Yes, I did.
Screenshotted that 2 minutes after he put it up.
Yes, I know.
He could have regretted it, taken it down, decided, actually, no, that's a bad idea. But no, like 2 minutes after he put it up.
This is why you need to be careful about what you put on the internet.
Yes.
So that was one of the first little things I came across today. Another really cute little status. Michael Kalea, day 2 without football. Woke up and realized there's a lady sitting on my couch. Apparently, she's my wife. She seems nice. There is a lot of people going into these football withdrawals, and they're realizing they have better halves on the weekends.
So I saw. Let's just get all the teams to finish off the league on FIFA. No, playing themselves on FIFA.
There was a reason for that because what's happened in the NBA, it's actually happened. There was a couple of teams that have actually said we're going to play some of our remaining games, and they're actually playing them on NBA 2K, and I think that's where the idea came from. I would not watch that. I'm sorry. I definitely would
because because can you imagine how crap some of these people would be at playing video games?
True.
So suddenly you get Ronaldo running around in circles doing nothing, and you're kind of like, oh my god, Ronaldo sucks at playing football on the computer. That would be awesome. That would be great.
No, that would be. I mean, it would level up the game. I mean, Jesse Lingard all of a sudden would be a god, and he could be playing against Messi, and just play running circles around him. Very, very, very true. Speaking of Ronaldo, though, did you hear the story today?
I did. Yes. So he is. So he's turning his hotel into a hospital. Is that right?
Yes. He apparently. I'm not sure if it's his hotel or his chain of hotels. I haven't. Let me try to find the story.
That looks a lot like a cruise ship in the background.
It probably is.
That's just a random photo, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's just a random photo. I think it's there to illustrate Ronaldo hospital.
So he's turning his hospital into a hotel. No, his hotel into a hospital.
Oh, hold on, wait. Although that's a great story, we are not a hospital. Ronaldo's hotel refutes reports of being a paid-up coronavirus infirmary. That is fake. That's fake news.
That's not to say you can't go there, even if you think you have.
If you have coronavirus,
It's just a really bad idea if you do.
But do you know what? Who the heck would make up such a crappy story? That's really mean. In a time like this, you don't want to be making him look like a god and then like a major dick. If you go to his hotel and he turns you away and says no, that's not true, because you really make Ronaldo look bad in that.
Yeah, you do, and it's, to be fair, it's not too difficult to make him look like a.
Oh, poor guy. The guy. No, hold on. The guy has like many saintly stories behind his name.
He really does. Yeah. I actually quite like the guy. I actually quite like the guy. So I'm being unfair for nothing.
Fair enough. So let's move on. Next little story for the day.
Chris says that at home they stocked up on alcohol, not toilet rolls.
Yes.
So
alcohol, not toilet rolls. That's good.
Good luck with that when the runs hits you.
It depends what alcohol he's stocked up on. I mean, if it was like White Horse whiskey, yeah, you'd have a bit of a problem. But if he's stocked up on, sorry,
what you're gonna sort of create like a B-day situation with prosecco. You know, you shake the bottle and you're like,
yeah, you could do that. I mean, or just some or just. Oh, dude. Oh, dude, that's way too much. Way too much. Too graphic. Oh, wow. Okay. So, moving on very, very, very swiftly. Let's move on to our next little story. Oh, I'm just picturing that. No. So let's go to the next story. Well, this is a bit of a meme. So someone faked a BBC News headline. Facebook should go into lockdown for 2 weeks to help stop the spread of bullshit.
Yeah.
I think I have to agree on that one. There is a lot of crap going around. There's a lot of good things. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good things. There's a lot of good groups that have been formed in the last couple of days where people are helping people. I think there's one called.
Is there a bit of like competition going on now on Facebook? You know, like, look what we can do at home with our kids when we're on lockdown. Oh, everybody, look at us! We are so good. Oh. There's got to be,
dude. These are the same people who would show off by going to the point and buying their kid the nicest little scooter or whatever. It's going to be the same thing again and again. I mean, people who need to show off will show off in any situation.
Yeah, it's true, and it's weird, you know, that people would just show off like that. You know, I don't know why. I don't know why people would be like. Showing off, you know. It wouldn't work if I had any muscles.
Yeah, no, that is very, very true. Before we go to our first guest for the night, though, I'm going to move to another story which relates to a story we talked about last night. Margaret, do you take Ryan to be your husband? If so, hit the control button. Could this be how weddings go in Corona times?
Yeah.
You have a priest on one end, two people who can't see each other because they're on lockdown on the other end, and we will have virtual marriages happening.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Are they wired up to each other? Is that
is that it? Yeah, it looks like some form of wire that's connecting them.
In this universe, Bluetooth doesn't exist, or that's man. Well, you know, the church is pretty up to date nowadays with this kind of stuff. Aren't they doing like online masses and stuff like that? You know?
It's true. Did you? I'm sure this morning you watched what's it called, the mass this morning on TVM. No. Moving on. So we just had Sarah Cardona come in with non-correlated, but is it just me? But I'm expecting a toddler to come running back from behind Chris a la BBC interview from 2 years back. Yeah. Possible. Very possible.
I'd be very surprised if that happens. I'd be delighted, don't get me wrong, but I'd be very surprised if that happens because that's the door to my balcony. so if a toddler comes running to that, it means that one of my kids has been running around in the balcony for the last hour and neither of his or her parents have noticed.
Or it could just be some drunk Spanish student who got sort of locked out there and climbed his way up, or climbed his way down to try to go for safety.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that reference is about. Are you saying I have Spanish students in my block, or are you saying
No, it's just random.
Spanish students want to run away from me?
Could be both. Just very quickly, we got some comments over here. All jokes aside, my Kana course is coming up. Will be via Skype. Well, congratulations, Steve. That's one way of.
Serious?
So the course Kana is no longer a Kana, is what we're saying.
The course Takana on Skype.
That's absolutely awesome. So, Steve,
you can do the course Takana in your underpants. That is insanely cool. No, it's not insanely cool, but it is. It's quite interesting. Well, I mean,
Elaine Bajaya, by the way, thinks they're chained over there. She thinks those two computers are chained together and now locked into matrimony.
I thought she was talking about the Spanish students.
And Petra thinks, lol, the wire will help with the communication, the consummation of the wedding. Okay. Keep your comments coming, guys.
Let's have a bit of chat about how things work.
That's it.
Had you done the course Takana, Wes? Had you done the course Takana?
No, I didn't. I got away with it.
Oh, you got away with it.
Yeah, because I got married civilly.
Oh, yes, that's right. Did you just do
that's my happy dance.
Happy dance. I did the course Takana, but we're living abroad, so we did it in like 2 sessions. Steve, if you live abroad, or tell them you live abroad, you can do it in like 2 sessions. And
cool.
But you know, and you can do it on Skype.
but the Skype thing is awesome. So he's going to be able to sit at home.
What else can we get away with doing Skype instead of being there?
Well, we're going to find out in the next week. But we have a guest who's waiting on the line right now. And this guest is it's an important guest because this man is a doctor. Hello, Chris.
Whoa, hi. There he is.
Hello, Chris. So this is none other than Dr. Chris Gauci. How are you, good sir?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm trying to get this thing to make sense.
Yeah, you need to be right dead in the middle of it for it to make sense.
Are you talking about a camera to make sense?
Yeah. I'm using my phone.
Right.
Low resources.
So where are you calling in from today, Chris?
I'm in Poole, UK.
Okay.
I brought my credentials with me. So you can see it there.
Okay.
I'm coming. Can you see it?
Oh, there's a step already.
There it is.
How is things with COVID in the UK? Is it driving everyone a little bit crazy?
Yes and no. I judging from the memes, I think Malta's going a bit crazy. I just bought a pack of toilet paper from across the road, the petrol station, no problem at all. So maybe the panic's a bit less, but the preparations are in full swing. Tomorrow, as of next week, we're gonna be briefed as to what the measures are going to be taken, how we're meant to deal with these patients, and so on. And I assume basically what they're going to do is we're preparing many beds, intensive care beds to treat the eventual patients that would come. So yeah, the country is preparing, and it's preparing for stress of incoming patients.
So just to put it out there, this is not something we should be taking lightly. This is something serious. Yes.
Yes, it is serious. Yes. Let me qualify that.
I thought it was all a hoax, to be fair.
It was just someone with a tin hat, put it on their head and said, "Oh, let's."
I thought it was all just, people just.
If it were a hoax, I can assure you the governments wouldn't be stopping flights. America wouldn't be stopping the Europeans going over, and all that. Countries are going on lockdown because of all the economic turmoil it would cause. And I don't know if people actually understand why it's serious. Why do you think it's serious? Wes?
I myself have been following this since January. Just beyond the fact that it's very contagious, very catchy. I think it's like sometimes it's actually 4 times catchier than the normal flu, is what they say. It's a rating. It's a 4 RO.
It's more contagious.
Well, people are dying from it. It has quite a high death rate. Depending on the number you use, I think it's 6% of actual resolved cases, something like that.
So no, there is a bit of misinformation there. The biggest threat to this thing is that many people are going to get it because, like you said, it is contagious. And it's the stress it will put on the health system suddenly, where an influx of patients will come. So most people, if you're healthy, especially below the age of 60, it seems from the numbers that are coming out and from what's happening in Italy and the rest of the world, and you don't have any major issues, the expectation is that you'll feel unwell, probably like the influenza. There's a dry cough is quite a feature. You feel under the weather, and then you'll get better. So what's the big deal? You tell me. Well, the thing is, if you don't put any control measures, a lot of people are going to get it at once.
Okay.
If you think of Malta, for instance, there are only 20 ICU beds. So only 20 patients can be ventilated. On the best of days, it's full of all the other things that can happen. Why people need ICU? And then now you're going to get this new influx of patients. And basically, there won't be the capacity to treat them. So the strategy of most governments is that they want to slow down the spread, and that's why quarantine is important. That's why not mixing and big crowds is important, because you're going to slow down the spread.
You see, so that's why I don't think Malta is because you said Malta seems to be freaking out. I disagree, man. My Facebook feed is full of people taking advantage of the nice weather and the lack of crowds and going out and doing stuff.
Malta isn't officially on lockdown, is it?
No, it's not.
No. So the thing is, look, I don't know if the politicians are doing a good job or whatever. The main thing is that everybody can make a difference, and it's like the people can make a difference, and they make a difference by being mindful and not doing things that are going to cause spread. So did they stop schools and at home?
So basically, the measures that they put in place in Malta, so the kids are off school for at least a week at this point, and they'll extend that. We've closed anyone who comes to the island 14-day quarantine. The major events, all events have stopped. They're doing some of the right things, and they're telling us to wash our hands very frequently.
So those are important things. So if you do go out and you're going to interact with people, there's a chance you're going to get it. Then that's obvious. So I think if you're responsible and you just go and you buy stuff, and I mean, you can go to the beach and stay there on your own. I don't think it's that bad yet, unless obviously the recommendations change. But it's taking it lightly and going to parties and sharing drinks and not washing your hands and using public toilets, because
sharing drinks. Wait, what? Sharing drinks? Have I been
maybe at a party?
Have I been doing parties wrong all my life?
Have I
been inadvertently being very rude every time I go to a party, keeping my drink to myself?
Very rude.
And everybody's been looking at me going, all right, duh.
Oh, no, but come on. I mean, yeah, it's not that like common, all right, that you share a drink, but let's say somebody orders a cocktail and they're like, I never had that. Yeah, taste it. It's good. I mean, come on, you've done that. Or you're camping, or somebody's thirsty and you drink from the same bottle, or these type of things. Don't tell me you've never done that.
He's just playing with you over there. Don't worry, Chris. Now, I have a question. Everybody's telling me, like, stop, sort of touching your face. In fact, this is something that comes to mind. I'm going to show you over here. Just a little bit of a role reversal over here. It's for your own good. You have to stop touching your face. Is that a good idea?
Whereas it's your head we've been telling you to stop touching. Stop touching your head. Stop playing about with your head.
So this thing gets into your body through your mouth and through your eyes, through your nose, right?
Through your eyes. What? through your eyes.
Yeah, look, I'm going to break the rule and through the any wet area, like the virus can get into.
Okay. Yeah.
Like if I sneezed on you and you covered your nose and mouth, and I had the coronavirus, and your eyes were open, there's a good chance you're going to get it.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
So over there,
the point of not touching your face is like if I'm alone in my room and I don't have the virus, let's say, and nobody comes in, I'm not going to get it because I touch my face. But when you go out, you touch surfaces, you meet people, you might shake hands, which probably is not a good idea at this moment in time. So that's how you catch colds normally and these things. Then after let's say you shake someone's hand or something, you're gonna you have an itch, you scratch your nose, you pick your nose, whatever. That's how you contaminate yourself.
Okay. So like what I'm doing right now is not a good idea. Like playing around with my beard if I've been in contact with and out and about.
Yeah, exactly. Now, obviously, it's when you're at home. Like it's impossible to not to cut this out completely. I mean, we do it many times unconsciously. There's a funny video going around on the internet. I don't know if you've seen it, of this politician telling people not to touch their face, and then she turns the page by fucking bloody hilarious.
Murray's saying walking out of the airport, catching a bus or a taxi. That's quarantine, and it is quarantine, not quarantine. Let's put that to bed, shall we?
Yeah. So who was having that rant about it? Was it Justin Kyle? Justin Kyle, if you're listening, yes, it is quarantine. We completely agree with you. And apparently, it comes from the word. It comes from the term 40 or 14, something like that. But anyway, that's a side note. Chris, beyond not touching your face, just a quick question about use of rubber gloves, for example. Rubber gloves can be just as risky, unless you start getting rid of them every time, because they're almost bigger spreaders than the human hand, isn't it?
So, like, I don't know what you mean by bigger spreaders to the human hand, but if you wear rubber gloves for the whole day, you don't get the virus through your hands. Let's put it this way: you contaminate your hands, and then you contaminate the rest of your body. So if you run around with rubber gloves and then you blow your nose, or you're eating crisps with rubber gloves, you're gonna infect yourself. So we use rubber gloves in the hospitals, and there's a certain way of donning and doffing, putting them on and taking them off, and basically, after every procedure, we're going to remove them. We're careful not to contaminate ourselves as we're doing it, and also we use alcohol rub after every procedure, and even before putting them on again. So they're there as a barrier. They're there to be contaminated instead of our hands. So they are very important. But I don't think that in the general population, unless you're going to be touching people or doing something, that rubber gloves are something that you should be hiding. It's having a sanitizer around is much better. Washing your hands is much more.
So you said you can pick it up for touching stuff. You said someone told me there's like an 8-hour thing
it depends on the surface.
It would live on a surface. It would live on a surface.
So listen, these numbers, I'm not going to put lots of importance to them. First of all, they're still finding out its viability over a certain amount of time. It's not a virus that's very strong. So for example, measles, for the idiots out there who don't believe in vaccinations, it's truly airborne and very contagious. And if somebody sneezes in a room, it stays in the air for a long time. So somebody with measles can infect a whole crowd. This doesn't behave like that. It's not as contagious. It's still very contagious. It's not as contagious, and it lives in. It's not truly airborne, but it will live in the droplets of, let's say, somebody sneezing. There's those little drops that stay in the air. Those will contaminate you, but they will eventually fall to the ground. And when they dry up in the sun, the virus is dead. It doesn't survive outside in the lung. But the problem is you don't know. So you don't know. I mean, if you're in a public place, surfaces are being touched all the time. If it's moist or greasy, this thing is going to survive longer. If it's dry, completely dried in the sun, it will break down and be inactivated. If you put it in alcohol, the same. Because it's protected by a very thin layer of grease, and since soap is good at getting rid of grease, washing your hands with soap in this case is also
very good.
Good. So you should be doing it as often as you can.
So I guess you could say that grease is the word.
Well,
it's the word that I heard.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. So we just have one last question before we let you go, Dot. Dot, should we shave our beards? This is obviously very important to me at the moment because I still sport one.
Should we shave beards? Well,
will it help or hinder?
It will help because the hairs are a place where the viral particles can get stuck. But I think it's more important for healthcare workers. So now you're making me mindful of my stubble shape. There hasn't been a strong recommendation to do it, but it's a good thing to shave, and it's also easier to keep your face less greasy and clean. In this case, like that. So yeah, and if you have big beards, it's just more surf.
The long ones. Avoid maybe a little bit of like at 5 p.m. shadow.
I mean, if you were infected, Wesley, and you have all that hair on your face, if you sneezes and stuff, it's good. All the hair is going to be contaminated.
Okay.
So it's like a reservoir.
That hair's contaminated anyway, Chris.
Yeah,
Lord knows what it's got
with
that hair.
A menagerie of
yeah. you could have
I have something here from 1985.
So is that why they're saying that the hot weather is going to kill this thing? But do we?
I mean, I don't know if people think when it's summer, then it's just going to just die. If it's inside, like if
this is referring to the one in the center, just in case.
I mean, there's some rubbish text going around the internet, which I saw is that drinking hot soup, so this kills it, and I mean. That's very silly to think. I mean, have you ever, Wesley or Chris, have you ever touched your own pee?
Yes.
Yes.
And is it warm, tepid, cold?
It depends.
What does it feel?
Depends on the day. Usually warmish.
Yeah.
It's hot.
It's warm. Yes.
That's because
please note I use usually.
What? Usually. That's because it's the temperature of the inside of your body. That's 37 degrees, and that's pretty hot. So this thing works well in that temperature. Now, the reason why they're thinking about in the sun, let's say if you sneeze on a surface and it's in the sun, it's going to die. That's true. And also these viruses, as you know, they tend to be seasonal. Why exactly? I can't tell you. I don't know. There are probably different mechanisms. I'm not sure if they actually know. Maybe an epidemiologist or virologist will tell you better. But they're seasonal. And hopefully in summer, things like colds and the coronavirus, they tend to be less. Now, that doesn't mean that it's definitely going to go away. It will go away when most people have it and they have immunity, and then there is what is known as herd immunity. So when there's like 40 to 60, I don't know the exact number, but there's more than half of the population have it, then it doesn't spread anymore and it stops.
Okay.
So that's
that's
when this epidemic is going to.
And I suppose at this point we should feel a bit sorry for sneeze fetishists as well. People who like to be sneezed on. Apparently, there's a huge community of sneeze fetishists. I can't even say it. Sneeze fetishists.
Really?
Yes.
Is that true?
Well,
yes.
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, Chris, I really want to.
Can you imagine the
Chris,
8
I want
p.m.
to see your internet history. There was a comment of somebody.
Oh yes, here it is. I'll bring it back up.
There was okay, that Petra. So is warm drink a fad, but the salt water gargling isn't, right? I mean, I would say, listen, those aren't ways to protect yourself from viruses. Like it's a way to gargle and maybe decrease bacterial loads or something like that. But none of them, as well, none of them have been tried and proven, and nobody knows. And since when has gargling stopped you from getting a cough? No, I think it's it's rubbish, and gives people a false sense of security, like they're doing something that counts. The main thing that counts is washing your hands and avoiding other people. That's it. That's the best thing you can do.
So I just need to
don't
my hands.
sneeze
I'm
on
good.
people.
And don't sneeze on people. Okay. So, Dr. Chris,
especially if you come to, you can call me Chris, by the way.
So no, but I want to our public out there. So we have Dr. Chris Gauci. He's all the way from Maltese, but currently in Poole. He's going to be facing the COVID epidemic over there and saving lives.
Yeah, perhaps I don't know, Chris. You want to point out, even though you're Dr. Chris Gauci, you're not a virologist. Is that the thing? Is that the thing we should?
Well, virologists are the people who or virologist. A virologist sounds like someone very virile. A virologist is an expert on viruses, and they are at the moment studying and getting all the information, and they'll have the best. They're learning as from other parts of the world how it spreads, how this thing behaves, but they don't actually treat. There is no treatment for it. I started this way. There's no established treatment. It's self-limiting. You get it, you get better, and that's hopefully it. Like any other coronavirus, which there are many, and they some of them cause the cold. They're some of the viruses that cause common cold. There are others. I will be facing these patients because I'm an intensivist, so we work in an anesthetist and an intensivist, so I work in an ICU. So there's very sick people that need hospital, and then they're the ones that are in danger of dying. They need to be put on a ventilator, or they need intensive care. We will be dealing with them, and not on my own, of course. There's going to be many, and so far there hasn't been cases in Poole that needed it. There are cases in the UK, but where I am, we're just preparing for it because it's inevitable that they're going to come.
So like Thanos, it is inevitable. Chris, I just want to thank you because we need to move on to another subject, but we might bring you on later in the week. Hopefully you're still going to be fresh and have some great stories for us.
Just one last question. If people want to find out a bit more, to get actual information, obviously Facebook is the best place to go for that, isn't it?
Yeah,
if you
that's
want
where all
to
the
no, it's Salot. That's the best.
that is definitely the place to go. Yeah, for the best information.
I purposefully never became a member there because I'd be enraged. I just go nuts. So I avoid it because it's not good for my health.
Fair enough, Chris. Well, thank you very much for joining us. We hopefully will maybe speak to you later on this week. And it was really great having you. And that info was, great. If anybody else has any comments or whatever, do send them to us. We'll pass them on to Chris for the next session that we have him on Comedians Cooped Up because of Corona.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Perfect.
All right. See you later, Chris.
On your lockdown. Bye.
Bye. All right, fantastic. So that was our first session today. We've already gone 38 minutes in. Wow, it flew by.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff that because there is a lot of bullshit out there, a lot of crap.
There is a lot of bullshit. I've heard all sorts of different things about it, and I myself, I think I've mentioned before, I've been looking at this for a very long time. It literally is since 20th January or something like that. And the number of conflicting reports you find all the time are amazing.
And to be fair, he's calling us from Poole and England. I'm not really sure what England are doing with this thing. They kind of seem to be the only country who kind of everybody's kind of like, no, we got to sort it out. And England seems to be like, yeah, kind of wing it. We'll wing it. Yeah.
There's two schools of thought. In fact, he was talking about herd immunization sort of thing, where basically the herd gets immunized. That is what the UK is hoping for as their sort of route. It's usually the cheapest route down. So what you do over there is you sort of section off those people who are sick, and you keep the weakest you section off, and everybody else you sort of get it. And like that,
exactly.
they immunize themselves. Which, in fact, I think they're going to be calling for what I heard on BBC. The the Minister of Health or the Director of NHS basically said anybody over 70 is going to be on a lockdown for 3 to 4 months.
Yes, for up to 4 months.
Up to 4 months. So that is quite intensive.
So that sounds, like it's reasonable.
Well, I mean, hopefully they will have people like us to entertain them.
Yeah, but seriously, it's quite funny seeing people going nuts because all we're being asked is to stay home, and so every weekend someone wrote this on Twitter. Every weekend we're like, oh man, all I would like to do is stay home and watch Netflix. And now we have a weekend where we're being asked to stay home and watch Netflix, and we're like, I gotta go out. I gotta go. No. I can get a table at Cordina today. And,
yeah. I mean, it is gonna be tough on us, and we're gonna have to change some of our habits. We're gonna have to do some things virtually that we've never done before, but it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, like the sneeze fetishists, like I told you. They are going to have to change some of their habits for sure.
No. They are just going to go to Pornhub and start watching that section sneezes. And you're just going to have a whole bunch of artists now just sneezing.
Yes, the famous sneeze section.
I wouldn't be surprised. It probably does exist.
So guys, if you have any other questions that you would like us to pass on to Chris, just let us know. And we'll
send us a message on our Facebook page or send an email to info@comedynights.com. I hope you guys are, so we have about 45 people still with us. We are now going to be bringing in our next guest. And our next guest is none other than...
Oh, it's me. Hello.
It's Steve Hili.
Hi. Sorry,
Hi.
I was eating a banana.
Speaking of Pornhub.
I know, and I didn't realize. How are you? How are we doing? Is everyone still okay?
We're alive. We're here. We're awake. Please note, Steve came
me
on.
And Tom Hanks ducking.
No.
Yeah. We're alive. I'm not sure about okay, but alive is
all right. Okay.
How we're going.
All right. Yeah. So now we have Steven. We're going to be going to some more memes that I found over the next day, and we're going to be talking about some stories. Let's start with this one over here. So this one over here, coronavirus, toilet paper alternatives for a shortage. You can visit your local car wash.
I like that butt. I think I recognize that butt sticking out of the car.
If you're a girl, you can use your boyfriend's hoodie.
Wait a minute. I pretty much wear hoodies almost exclusively.
Oh, okay. Here's a good one. Escalator handrail.
Nice.
Oh, that must leave a burn. Slide down the staircase. It's just a different version of the escalator, I would assume.
That's surely something else is going to get severe burns on it if you're going to slide down a staircase in that manner.
In that way, yeah. Why would you go that? Why wouldn't you just go the proper way? Why wouldn't you just go on your back instead of go down on your front?
Maybe because it's harder to balance.
Or maybe it's to get the dirt off your bass.
Indeed, could be. Just in case you have a cat, that is another option out there.
Cats are good. Or fluffy dogs, or hamsters.
And another. This has to be my favorite. Convince a blind man to stroke your dog. We got to thank Jason Zamit for that one from XFM 100.2.
Have you seen the one with the bike with the actual wheel from the bike? There's one with a wheel from the bike. I'll send it to you. Let me find.
I have not.
And there's another one about cats as well.
I just have this one here. Hold on one second.
I just forwarded it to you.
You forwarded it to me. Okay, so I'm gonna take that out. In the meantime, just to let you know, there are some jewelry shops that are now selling toilet paper for $399, and you get a free 1-carat diamond ring with it.
Wow, that's 3,000. That's wow. That's 39. That's 3,999. That's not wow. Holy crap.
Yeah,
that's $4,000.
For a roll of toilet paper. So that is quite interesting over there. Would they do it? I mean, obviously it's a bit of a joke, but Could you see it going that way?
Well, who knows? I mean, everybody. I really don't know what this pen is.
Gotta agree. If I could do that,
I mean, exactly. You could use your beard. And,
yeah, I just keep it on there for a week. It might be a little bit smelly for a while, but hey, it's all good. No, here is actually a true image from people. So there were, didn't they announce a state of emergency in the States?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Just like everywhere else in the world, people went out to panic buy, and this is where they went in California.
The guns, of course.
Yep.
It's the end of the world, isn't it? You need to protect yourself and protect your family and protect your toilet paper.
Yep. So that was one of the places where people went to panic buy in the States. When going for guns, which I found quite interesting, and it wasn't exactly the first place I thought they would go to buy guns.
Sorry, go,
Chris.
Well, if you had to go to a gun shop, that's the gun shop to go to. Look at that. That looks exactly how I'd imagine a gun shop should look like.
It's a proper gun shop over there. Buy guns. They also buy knives and collectibles. So yeah good.
And you can buy a single gun or an entire collection. Wow.
It must be. This must be what preppers have been dreaming about, right? So there must be so many people who are like, yes, I've been right for years.
So the one question I have to ask our audience though is, what should we stock up on? Besides the ones that we know, the toilet paper, the water, and things like that. What should we stock up on?
I would say Tom Hanks movies, because he's going to die. So might as well get them all in.
Yeah. So well, what about you, Chris? What do you think we should stock up on?
God, I don't know. I don't know. Just
what one thing would you miss? What would you miss if it wasn't here? That's what you got to think, right? So that's what you would want to stock up on. So
what's the one thing I would miss if it wasn't here?
Yeah, that's what you would stock up on, right?
If you were on lockdown, right, and you could obviously you can't get out of your house for days, maybe weeks. What is that one thing that you would want to make sure you have in your house, which isn't the normal traditional thing that you would want to have next to your side through the lockdown?
Which isn't the normal traditional thing.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So we're not talking about pictures of people's mothers and stuff, are we? James isn't with us today. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, I was waiting James to start piping. Okay. Hi, James.
Hi, James. James might be watching. He might be sleeping. Yesterday, I got a message from him like just an hour before the show saying, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it towards the show tonight. Can you do it without me? And I was like, did we even invite you on today?
Miskin.
No.
Why can't he make it? Does he have the virus?
No, he just stayed up till 3 a.m. Don't know why.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's nothing to do, is there? There's nothing to do. It's like, well, anyway. Sorry.
Yeah, have you seen this thing that the people are posting? Like when William Shakespeare was on lockdown for the plague, he wrote King Lear.
How do people know that? Yeah. How do people know that he was on lockdown for the plague? There wasn't any lockdown back then.
There could have been.
Oh, it's lockdown. There wasn't even a government. There was like back then. There was just like
there was a
clean
queen.
Your horse. Yeah, but do you think the Queen would be like, I think everyone should go on lockdown, and I think we should encourage herd immunity? The Queen's just going to be,
Steve.
They used to want people to die. They used to want people to die, right? Because that means that.
What? They used to want people to die.
Yeah, in the medieval times, it's like it's fun, isn't it? It's sport. People are dead.
Fun.
In the medieval, I'm talking medieval. Well, it's basically the same thing Boris Johnson. Same thing Boris Johnson is doing now, right?
If is your reference of medieval times Monty Python, and that's it.
Okay. Steve, we love you.
Men in tights. What
Robin
are we
Hood.
stuck up on? So what
Robin
we stuck
Hood
stuck
up
up
Men
on?
in Tights.
You guys,
That famous historical document, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
So what I want people to do is we're gonna be taking a short break. We're gonna be showing a video from a couple of years back from the comedy nights. But in the meantime, what would you stuck up on? I want you guys to let me know here. But let's go back to, I think this is 2015. We're gonna be going back to that one, to this great little sketch, the Sellout Support Group. So hey guys, enjoy this. It's a bit of a watch along. Take it away.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Sellout Support Group. Now this group is to help people wean themselves off of the Sellout Facebook page. Now, I don't mean to rub it in, or should I say rubs it in? But spending too much time on the Sellout Facebook page can be addictive. Yes, so I want this to be a safe space, like Rob's puppy love. Okay, so tell me, why do you like going to the Sellout?
I like going on the salad because...
What's a salad?
Salad, hey, it's English for salad.
I thought it's what you eat in summer when you're dieting. A salad.
I prefer soup.
Soup? Like of the Victory Kitchen? Are you a socialist? Yes, the capitalist system.
Understated.
That's
As always.
the problems of life.
I am pro-life.
You're not pro-life, you're problematic. Why? Because I care for Africans.
Oh, careful, Roger. You're really digging a hole for yourself with the way you're talking.
Don't you dare call me a digger.
Okay, stop. Look, the comments are getting out of hand. A little bit like the comments on the Facebook page of the Sellout. Comments closed. Now, instead of jumping down each other's throats, I'm going to try and answer a simple question. Who'd like to go first?
Anyone knows if Lidl is open on a Sunday?
Good.
Vera tuba.
Okay. Can anyone tell me what he did wrong?
He didn't change topic.
No?
No. He didn't report her to Moira.
No. Anyone? No. Okay, I'll tell you. He didn't reply in a helpful and polite way. Yes. Okay. Let's try again, shall we? Yes.
Anyone knows if Lidl is open on a Sunday?
Him.
Yes. Come on. You know what to do. You can say it. Yes. You reply helpfully and politely. Yes.
Him.
Yes, you're nearly there. Look, it's a simple answer to a simple question. Anyone knows if Lidl is open on a Sunday?
Hey, Mamoshovia! Hey, every Sunday somebody asks this question. He will read the timeline. Yes, Lidl is open. Lidl is open on a Sunday. Lidl is always open. Oh!
Well, at least we tried. Now, can anyone tell me what we do when somebody foreign posts something?
Correct the usage of their English.
Make fun of them in Maltese.
You call them a fascist.
If I think we've just been through this. You reply helpfully and
Politically.
politely. Helpfully and politely.
But why?
Because
It's not our fault if they're idiots.
No, wait,
Come on, this group is a waste of time.
I could be on the Sellout instead.
yes, but that's not the
Moira, you're oppressing me. You're a fascist.
Do you even know what fascist means?
Stop oppressing me. Tag Moira. Moira. Tag Moira.
Thread closed.
Tag Moira.
Thread
Tag
closed.
Moira.
I resign.
Moira.
Where is
Tag
Moira?
Moira.
What's all the commotion?
It's a support group, but it's useless.
Men I like all the things on mini part to be big. What's the support group for, eh?
It's for the Sellout.
How interesting. Following.
Oh, that's good. It's a better year over there. Some people over there said it. Larner Mitzi said he was loving this, just like McDonald's over there. If you guys enjoyed that, we're going to be playing some more of these here and there when we're doing our lives, and we hope you enjoy it. So, what should we stock up on, which is just not normal?
Yeah, I mean, Petra's got a suggestion right there.
Yeah. She batteries on FM episode, or you could. I mean, you're not really gonna connect it to the mains, are you? Humble interconnected,
Which does remind me, I have to send myself another screenshot I took this morning, which I found absolutely hilarious. I'll find it in just 1 second time. But could you imagine what would happen if we actually had a blackout during this like sort of lockdown period?
Somebody mentioned this, didn't they?
Yeah, it was Laura Benici mentioned this earlier today. And what do you think would happen if we actually?
What's the weather like? Is it hot? or cold?
Yes,
what's the weather like?
It's hot.
It's gorgeous. The weather is gorgeous, but you want to be at this point. You sort of want to be, sell. What do they call it? You want to be like doing the right thing and not going out and about. You want to be social distancing.
Yeah, well, the problem wouldn't be the usual problem in summer is air conditioning, right? But no one's really using that. And the problem now is going to be internet and phones and what do? You just need to. Wow, it'll be like in medieval times, Chris, like a Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Which is why I think Shakespeare wasn't writing King Lear. The guy was just masturbating all the time.
Oh, much of ya.
There was another meme I found somewhere. No, but
Laura ripped his foreskin off.
Laura Benici actually said, "I don't want to jinx anything, but that would be a very, 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 very monumentally bad time for a nationwide power cut. And Malta, you guys okay? No leaky underwater cables for a while yet, eh? Please, thanks." That is very true. I mean, as a parent, I could not possibly imagine what I would do without electricity for a whole day with my kids.
Well, you don't prod them or anything, do you?
Yeah, that's what I do.
It's like that scene in Rambo when they tie him to the bed. You know that.
That having been said, if we lost power for a day, I would literally lose my shit on Malta, because I mean I don't know how much money I have in frozen goods and stuff I have in my fridge.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, yeah.
If that went, I mean, because everybody's stocked up now. So you just go and it all spoils. And the thing is, you're not just going to have one big, massive food fest.
Well, just eat it. Yeah. Like in Friends, like Joey and Friends. Oh, God. Just eat everything that's in your fridge.
Go through all of it, all the frozen carrots.
Yeah. Like 50 tubs of yogurt.
And then everybody would end up in A&E because they're just so sick. Ambulances everywhere and everybody gets COVID.
Yeah,
because Malta went
out with stocked up on Panadol, like Steve.
Steve Diaco, Panadol Extra.
Yeah, so you stocked up on Panadol, so you've eaten all of your yogurt and I don't know what do you have in your fridge, all that stuff, and then
has everybody got a stockpile? We don't have. Well, I'm not in my house, so I don't have anything. But people here don't seem to be stocked. Like, toilet paper is what's been stockpiled, but apart from that.
So you guys out there, we did have this yesterday. We did have some people put up their hands. Who's stockpiling? Put something in the comments, just like X or something, just to give us an indication. How many of you are stockpiling? How many of you aren't? Are you ready to go like 2 weeks without leaving your house? 3 weeks? Let us know.
Did you see those photos of Valletta empty?
Yes. I'm going to bring them up. Just give me half a second to find them.
Are the streets empty? Or because from here, from looking out of my window, it just seems like normal times.
Have you not left the house all weekend, Chris?
No, I haven't.
Wow, but why? Why are you like? Is there somebody who has come from abroad or something? What's the why?
No, because
just being careful.
Just being careful. Nicholas.
Yeah, well, under Rajun. But also you got to be very careful. You can't share things around. So that's when I was at a gig the other day, and everyone was very careful not to touch hands. And then at the end of the gig, everyone was sharing a happy cigarette around with each other. So it's like, dude.
But apparently,
What's that?
They haven't discovered. This is actually Valletta and Floriana yesterday. Emma Trenter, a local photographer, and she's a photographer of a band called Nervo, and I forgot the other band that she does photography for. But she was going around Valletta taking photos, and this is what it looked like at something like, if I remember correctly, at about 8 or 9 p.m. last night.
Wow.
So basically, it's back to the 90s.
This is Saturday
That's all
night.
it is.
Exactly.
For anybody who doesn't remember what left on the 90s,
Exactly.
there you
This is
go.
what it was like. This is what it was like.
Except this wasn't there.
Yeah, that wasn't there.
That was.
And there was a little bit more Celine Dion on being played, but apart from that, it was
Coco
it.
Jumbo. That's
Coco Jumbo. Coco Jumbo.
And coincidentally, there might be a little less Celine Dion played this year if this
What,
keeps
she
up as
dead?
well.
What was that? I'm waiting. There has to be some good news somewhere in this story, right? So,
well, there's the rumor Trump has COVID-19.
didn't he test negative?
Well, that's what he says.
But he's always negative.
Vero.
So two negatives make a positive, no?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, so Nicholas, he believes that stock up on weed in case shit gets too hard. Fair enough, Nicholas.
You need milk in case your shit gets too hard, Nicholas.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you need.
All right, so I think this is going to wrap things up today for today's show. I had a whole bunch of stories and we didn't.
Hold on, Elaine said, did you see the photo of the Parcherville stairs totally dead on a Saturday night taken yesterday?
Yes, that was. I don't know who took that one, but I did see that one going about. And that was actually quite weird. It was like, where there's Bar Native and like Healers and all of that. That was all black. Literally, it was pure darkness.
Wow. So none of the clubs were open. It wasn't just people went there.
None of Hugo's clubs were open, and he owns a whole bunch of them down there.
Yeah.
Wow. So that was some photos here. I'll send them to you. I know that I've got them here.
Okay, Chris has them on hand, so we can share them.
He's like, he gets photos of all the strip clubs every Saturday night, so they just send them to him.
just in case there's something he may have missed.
So wow! So this is, and is everybody doing takeaway? Are people like McDonald's and Burger King? Are the big people doing takeaways?
No, McDonald's has
not
joined.
Takeaway. They always do takeaway, as in delivery, like the 100 times a week. Yeah.
Yes, they're actually doing they're doing a delivery service. McDonald's is doing a delivery service so far. I guess the other guys will try to join. But I think we did have a brief chat about this yesterday of who's pro and who's anti takeaway. I'm unfortunately I have to go through hard times over here, and I have to eat like home cooked food the whole time.
Oh no.
Yeah, you put up some horrible photos.
Let me share those
of your food. I just sent you the Parcherville pics as well.
So let's bring those out. Let's start with the Parcherville pics. So and we'll bring this over here very quickly. So this is what Parcherville looked like last night.
Okay, hello.
Yeah, and that was it. Okay, so those two. It was dead. For a Saturday night, that is quite bad, even though it is.
Wow.
Are you seeing something? Because we're not. We're
you're not seeing it.
No, we're not seeing it.
Hold on. Oh, sorry. Just give me 1 second then. Because I skipped window. So here we are. Add to stream. And okay, so that's over there. Just 1 second.
Those are your friend. Those are your friend requests. Come on, friend. Right,
there.
Yo,
Macomed. Just accept Macomed, man.
Don't just leave him. Or just.
Why are you leaving Macomed like that?
Leaving them hanging on.
Macomed. If you're watching, Macomed.
Macomed. My Lex. That's why he hasn't accepted your request. Macomed.
Your country, man.
guys, I'm sorry, but since I started this show, my popularity has gone through the roof, and they're just going on there, and I have to be careful. But yes, this is Parcherville last night.
We've seen that one. Oh wow!
This is Parcherville last night. It was absolutely dead, and
what are young people doing? Jeez, man.
They are probably at home. online playing video games, maybe.
Well, because like in Austria, they banned meetings for up to 5 people, right? So you can't even gatherings for up to 5 people.
5 people. I did not know that.
5 in Austria. Like I saw this like just when I woke up this morning. So Austria, gatherings of up to 5 people.
Okay, that is quite intense. No, what I was talking about a little bit earlier on as well was I mean the things I have to go through over here. Actually, I forgot to bring this one on over here.
But then in England, they're doing this. You know, like in England, everybody's kind of so over here, people are practicing social distancing, and then in England.
Because
I just sent you the. Oh yeah,
because the thing. That's good. Yeah, because the thing that Chris was saying before, like Dr. Chris, about the herd immunity, right? So they want their idea is more people get it, and then it stops. It's risky, but it's also the kind of thing Boris Johnson would do. Like, but kill some of our people.
But Wes, I sent you a photo of the Stereophonics gig last night. I mean, there's herd immunity, and then there's
stupidity.
Was it packed?
Yeah. This was last night.
Wow.
Last night in Manchester. Look at those guys.
Holy shit. Wow.
You know.
Well, Stereophonics are very good.
So here we are trying to think, you know, like I haven't been out for 3 days. And then
I don't even want to talk to someone else.
Ninhara aftit.
Mishek. I send them a strongly worded letter, Chris.
Okay, guys. So
Nicholas is letting us know what he's been doing.
Yes.
But what isn't that? This is life. Life in general. Okay, not Nicholas.
Yeah. All the time.
Oh, is it okay? Right. Okay. This is apparently it kills everything.
Yeah. Well, yes. Apparently, it does boost one's immune system. But
if you put it on the stairs on the banister, nobody will touch it. Nobody will touch the banisters. That's the way you stop the spread. So we need to do our thing for our country,
you might as well just put it on handles, like door handles and things like that. Just spread it all around.
I'm waiting for that to be the next Robert Abela press conference. Talk
about what was mean. We got actually a story in from someone here. Let me try to follow this through. Someone actually sent us something. I have to make sure it is viewable for our audience. Oh, yes, here's a great one. Let me just bring this over here. So working from home, a lot of people are going to start this as of tomorrow. Working from home, expectation, getting so much done. I'm a machine. Reality, eating everything in the whole damn house. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, well, as somebody who has spent time working from home, yes. Yes, I do,
yeah. Especially good luck with that, guys. Especially if you've got kids, young kids. Yeah, the expectation versus the reality is.
How are you going to work from home if you've got kids that you're looking after at home? I mean, it's...
well, like in my case, I've told my wife I have to pretend I'm not here. That's the way I'm going to go about it. It's just like, okay, the door will be locked. I am going to be like in my room and
in your office,
I'm not here unless someone is dying. Forget me.
The thing is, I've tried that, but unfortunately, underneath my desk, I shared a picture of this as well. Underneath my desk,
you did, yeah,
has become a like a clubhouse, which has increased in size since I put that photo up online. So
I mean.
I have squatters in my home office right now.
Well, that was another thing they were saying in England. Like the NHS was saying that they don't want to close schools, well, because they're doing their own thing, right? But one of the reasons they don't want to close schools is that then a lot of nurses have to take time off anyway, so they can be with their kids because they've got nowhere to put the kids. So. Chico Brico, Palmaya, double Malti.
Echo. But they're actually. I'm just talking about that. Like here in Malta, they've put out some really good stuff for people in the healthcare. Like for example, if you are in healthcare, they're offering free childcare to those people who are in the healthcare during this period when we are locked down. So they're in fact, today Chris Fern had a press conference. There were a lot of good things he put in place, and to be fair, today was really happy that the healthcare seems to have everything sorted. In fact, I found out today that Malta has more ITU beds, or will have more ITU beds than anywhere in the world per capita, which is fantastic to know.
Wow, process, Chris. Chris. Challenging.
Yes. And this is what Chris was referring to before. This is his little pitch tent over here. His little clubhouse that's happening under his desk.
Don't show them my pitch tent. Don't show them that.
Oh,
Wesley, that's not the photo I wanted you to share.
Yeah, that's on his private Tinder profile, dude.
Yeah.
Don't use that.
hold on. Right now we're not sharing it. Should I share this was on your public one, right, Chris?
Yes, it was.
Okay, all right. No, just before I go and share it over here. So this was the photo that Chris was referring to. His kids have a little clubhouse underneath his desk. So tomorrow, Chris, are you going to be writing?
I'm gonna try. Yes, I'm gonna try doing something, because I need to come up with something to earn money. So that's what's going to happen. But with those two underneath there, it's going to be a little bit difficult. As Elaine knows, Elaine said, yeah, she's going to be working from home, and the kids got e-learning, which you will need help with. I don't know.
So help. Yeah, they have some.
What's that? How's that?
Online learning. They have like these sort of classes where the teacher's there and they'll give them exercises online and things like that.
Okay.
It's good to keep continuity. Oh, there was a post. I hope I still have it, which I wanted to share with everybody, but I have a feeling I didn't. Let me just quickly find it. It was basically the post said, this is some doctor. She said, over the next couple of weeks, I am going to be with my daughter. We're going to be watching films, braiding each other's hair, doing crafts, and just having fun. We're not going to be learning. Judge me if you want, but this is what we're going to do.
God, that makes me sick. That's what you were saying before about, look at me, we had so much fun. We're such perfect parents. Judge me if you want.
Yeah, we are judging you. You're bullshit.
We are judging you.
We're completely judging you.
No, wait. What she was referring to, though, over there was the fact that she's not going to be doing some home learning exercises and all that, and this. She's not going to go on a study routine just because it's that. We're just going to,
you're going to plonk your kid. You're going to plonk your kid down in front of Netflix for like 8 hours in the day. Okay, that's what you're going to be doing.
You're going to be ruining your relationship with your kid over the next few weeks. That's it. This is when your kid is in therapy in 15 years' time. It's because of the coronavirus. That's it. That's what's going to happen.
It possibly will be. Either that or because of the last Star Wars film. Today, by the way, I told you I was going to watch Star Wars. It's come out. You can watch it on digital, and I slept through it.
What does that even mean? You're going to watch it on digital?
You can watch it like on a digital platform, like Apple TV and that sort of thing.
Or something. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I actually watched the latest Star Wars film, which I went to watch on the opening night, which I only got through various different bits. I saw more of it this time, so I do know more of what happened, but I still fell asleep. And I'm a massive Star Wars fan. It is really bad. It is really, really bad.
What is it? What's it called?
Wow. It's called Star Wars: Rise of the Skywalker.
That one. That one's bad. Oh,
okay. Yes. And I was. I mean, that's like 40 years of my life. Star Wars has been spent in Star Wars, and they really screwed it up.
Ruined it. They've ruined it.
We got Pia's on Meet, who we just saw earlier. She's on, and she said that films are a great education, and then Sarah said, especially the blue ones.
She's referring to nationalist films, right there. The ones about the Nationalist Party and...
There's those documentaries about Adrian DeLeo, Clyde Pooley.
Yes, I would sleep through any Clyde Pooley documentary. I can assure you that, Pia.
Yes.
Right,
but she's right. Through the blue ones too.
All I learned from the telly,
Yeah, man. He-Man. I mean, that's what they should do. Really, what would be great would be if networks got all the old TV shows, like from the 80s and stuff, and just started playing them.
Like the old
then-
MacGyvers.
Yeah, then no work. I saw Matlock yesterday. Do you remember Matlock?
I remember Matlock. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Matlock yesterday. It was great. And
Is
was
that what
so
they're
rubbish.
showing in Australia?
Yeah,
right
in
now?
Australia they're showing Matlock. Amazing. So yeah, I'm going to watch Matlock. Yeah, man.
Wow.
And that's why I think we should. And that way, no work will get done because everyone will just want to watch Matlock. MacGyver.
So,
Yeah.
but don't they want to do the opposite of that? So, what should they show on TV to make sure lots of work gets done?
Hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy. That's the question I'm going to pose down to people. Hold on, no, we're going to hide that. So, what should be on TV to get people done?
Phineas and Ferb, says Pia.
I've never seen that. I've got no idea what it is.
It's a cartoon. It was on Cartoon Network, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? It was at the same time as like Courage the Dog and that sort of stuff. And,
Wasn't it the same time as I Are Weasel and I Are Baboon? I Am Weasel, I Are Baboon.
well, yeah. Oh, yeah. What should be on TV to get people to do work instead of watching TV? Yeah.
Yeah. So, what should they put on there? Leave us your comments, guys. I would love to know.
Comedy Nights TV shorts.
Yes.
Because no one watched those the first time around.
Here is something really surprising. I was going through our. I was going through our Facebook data. Bananas in pajamas.
I used to like that.
Reruns. Okay, so this is Petra Sharabunk reruns. Oosh, should be on TV. Nobody will watch that.
Petra must start going visible vibrators with batteries. But she's definitely not going to be watching TV.
Nicholas thinks season 8 of Game of Thrones. I have to agree over there. To be honest, I didn't watch seasons 1 through 8. So, yeah.
Eileen family show.
Oh yes, Eileen Bunsen. Oh, you haven't
This
seen
is
this?
great. This is
You
great.
have not-
I've seen some clips online. And I
Oh
think
my
it's
god,
great.
it is amazing. It is amazing.
great.
It is. It's it is.
a
It's
reality
like
show like a
no.
Kardashian.
It's a magazine TV program.
Kardashians keeping up with the Montezines.
Oh my god, no! It is absolutely amazing. There's her granddaughter on it, and her granddaughter half the time doesn't want to cooperate.
Is that the one
And
where she yelled at her granddaughter?
exactly, it's also the one where the granddaughter, just starts scratching herself or doing
I
all
think
sorts
it's a
of
great
random things.
concept. I think it's great. I think it's a great concept, actually. I watch that.
Ian Sant has a Becky fetish as well, so he thinks it should be Dame Tiak Becky. Nicholas Cass put the Kardashians is also good. Far from that, Chris. That's regarding the Eileen Montezine show. Maria, a Juice from Scott thinks bananas in pajamas. If
That show.
Yeah,
I've
I
never-
quite like that. I quite like that. It's about big bananas and pajamas.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
That's it. It says it is what it says. Yeah. Scratch P as I mean scratching what? I've got no idea what this is about.
Oh no!
Was this meant for us? Was she on the wrong chat?
no.
Pia's meant to be having a chat with her husband or something.
I want you to be.
we have to remember there is a 30-second delay between the time they actually hear this and when we're talking. So sometimes it gets lost in translation. Scratching what? So yeah, what other shows do you think we should put on television to make sure that people do work rather than get rather than watch TV? I would have to say if they put on golf on TV or professional bocce, that would put
Professional bocce.
Yeah,
Professional
yeah.
bocce.
Me and Chris are working on a movie idea that is all about professional bocce team.
So I just shot down your idea before it got out to the public.
Yeah,
it's called Balls of Steel. It's fucking amazing.
It's incredible. It's going to be the best Maltese movie ever written.
No, I think what's the movie?
That's
What's
what
the
it's
thing
labeled
on
as on the folder of my desktop. Is
the greatest movie?
Okay.
Greatest movie.
Like a backwards telling us Eileen's granddaughter was scratching what?
Oh, right.
And
Oh,
you know,
right, okay. I got no idea.
She was just like underneath her armpits or something like that, live on TV. And yeah, that's randomly that. So what else?
get what this show is about. Is
It's not. It's a magazine program. It's one of those sort of talk to camera, bring on random guests.
Have a bit of a sing song. It's nice. I think it's a great idea. I really like the idea. Yeah, I think it's great.
Is it like Sir Lily or something like that?
Yeah, I would say it's something like that. Let's try to find a clip of it.
Nothing is like Sir Lily. We should.
Nothing is like Sir Lily.
Nothing could beat up to Sir Lily. Yes, Sarah. Yeah, that's
yes,
right.
it is. Balls of Steel is better than Anjali the movie. To be fair, this live stream is better than Anjali the movie. Let's be honest.
We might actually have some of the stars of Anjali the movie watching this, so watch out, guys.
Hello, Anjali the movie people. Much love.
By the way, if
Everything we say
anybody
is said with peace and love. Peace.
if anybody does want to actually sign us up to like a television deal, as long as there's money in it, we will go for it.
As long as there's money.
We're what's it called? We don't do things for free.
Yes, Ryder is a big fan of the Anjali the movie.
He is. Oh, he is. It's almost like he's never seen it and is just using it as a reference for anything that he doesn't quite get. But you know what? Actually, we talk about TV shows. You know, have you seen The Stranger on Netflix?
No.
The Stranger, no.
I saw people were raving about it, and I saw like 1 or 2 episodes, and it is the first episode. Like, wow, this is a really interesting concept, and and it's shit. So I would suggest that. I would suggest that's something that you just don't watch it. Or if that was on TV, I would have to work instead of watching that. It's just
okay. I'm going to bring up a clip of this Eileen Montezine program very quickly. Just give me half a second.
Okay,
that's fun.
Oh, hold on. Let me get back there. And you guys just keep talking. As I
between
find the
ourselves.
window. Yes, between yourselves. That's what you've been doing for the last few minutes anyway.
Right.
What I was looking for that. No. I was actually just looking for this clip because I did want to share this with our audiences. It's.
What station is this on? Is this on?
It's on Net, I think.
Okay.
Oh, she doesn't look happy.
I think that's the whole. I think this is the whole point of it, isn't it?
That is, sort of like the clip.
What happened to her? Why is she looking so sad?
I am not 100% sure, but I'm going to find you some other clips of this because it is a bit of a phenomenon. This entire show.
River of Love stuff, according to I don't know what this means. River of Love stuff, Elaine.
Oh, watching River of Love on television.
Okay. Well, you got to be careful. You don't want to watch that too much. Your sexuality might change according to how many episodes you watch.
Yep, that is very true. Here's another clip, by the way.
Do they have TV stuff? River of Love has TV stuff?
Yeah, they film everything. apparently.
Isn't that brilliant? I think that's brilliant. I think that's amazing.
That is incredible.
I think that's brilliant.
That is
I think that
incredible.
is amazing. That's brilliant. I love that. I love that. That's great.
Man.
Yeah,
that makes me wish I had TV.
With her hair in front of her face, it's like the girl from the
Ring. From the Ring.
Exactly. Yes. No, that's amazing. That's beautiful.
Shall we watch that? Let's watch that again, guys. I think we deserve to watch that again.
Yeah, go on.
Going nuts there.
That clip belongs to the horror film. It does belong in a horror film.
Yeah.
Let's watch.
Where's you're watching it again?
Sorry. No, you guys are. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to go again. So let's put this back to the beginning. And there we go. Yep. That is.
Did you hear the last bit?
Yes.
They were like, "Had the story, my burdash like the story."
Yes. So
brilliant, perfect,
guys. I think we should call it a night. It's 11:30 at night now. Over here in Malta. Yes, she was auditioning for the Ring. It says Pia. Sarah Caruana thinks yes, it was in the Ring, and Maria just was.
It was like she was suddenly possessed, wasn't it? Like suddenly this kid is
Maybe there's a certain word. If Eileen says a certain word in a certain way, that's this is what's happened.
It sets off. It sets her off like a Black Mirror episode. You know, suddenly Eileen says something, and the kid just.
Good.
But I have to say, Eileen's a legend.
She is. I agree with that. She certainly is. Come on, Eileen.
Yep.
Yep. By the way, we didn't get down to the song, did we, today? We were supposed to have a song at some point today.
Oh yes, we were.
Yeah, well, we didn't manage that, but shame.
You guys, you got a doctor.
Apologies to the song and to Matt Damon as well. You know.
Yes.
What happened with Matt Damon? Is he dead?
Oh, okay. I'm not going to explain it.
It's an obscure Jimmy Kimmel reference.
Okay, guys, we have another one. We have another video. I'm going to see how I can get this to be played with sound. It's going to be a pain in the ass, but I'm going to try to figure it out. You guys just keep talking for a second. And
is this another Eileen clip?
Yes, another Eileen clip. I don't know what happens in it.
Has this become the Eileen Montezine show?
I've seen a few clips online, so I think people are sharing them. So I think
we've all been on her show at some point, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
Yes. And to be very fair,
luckily before the internet was around.
Yes. Well, no. I was actually on it after the internet was around, but the show that I was on wasn't any good, or and it just didn't make it anywhere, which was great.
No, that's unusual for her shows. They usually explode. Oh, they do. I really like that.
Okay, let me try to get this up.
Let's see this clip.
Let's see this clip. Hold on 1 second.
Lloyd.
Let me bring it up full screen.
Yeah, Lloyd seems to be full of clips. Look at this. Lloyd has kind of got shabba clips of Eileen.
Okay, so we're over here. I need to put this in the stream. Okay, we should be good now. Okay, so.
Who hasn't been on Eileen? I don't know, but.
It's true.
Let's try that again.
And no to follow, so one beat. All right.
We can't see anything.
Oh, you can't see anything.
Water.
Nope.
Why not?
Oh, there it is.
Okay, it's there.
Can we play it again?
Let's play that again.
Can you maximize it? Like full screen?
Yeah, I did. Can you see it?
It says click to exit full screen now.
No, okay, so I'm going to have to do it smaller then, okay? It's going to have to be at this size.
And no to follow, so one beat. All right.
This is just bop all over her shoes.
It is a gift that keeps on giving. That is what this show is.
That's amazing. I love it.
What is this? Ian said, I heard there is a hot film of Elaine from back in the 80s, but I never watched it. I think you mean Eileen, not Elaine. There's another Elaine who's on
the chat. If so, Elaine, you just have to button the link today.
But yeah, there was that rumor that was going about.
Apparently, as in like a home video kind of.
Or was it like a movie, an erotic thriller?
I heard. No, I heard it was like an adult film that was sort of recorded way back when. I heard this when I used to work at Nets. Not sure if it's true, but
Manafouche.
And I would say with Eileen, it's probably not true because she's a stand-up woman.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the video. No, Sarah, that's not the video that made her famous. She was famous because she was a kids' TV presenter. Get up and bim boom bum. That's a very different thing.
I did not know.
I don't know. It sounds to me like bim boom bum happened in both videos.
I think. I don't think it was. I think bim boom bum was an Italian. Movie, but it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ruben. Yeah, it starts with.
Oh, anybody who's still watching this I'm sure is going. stuff moving is shit. Oh, Ruben, good timing. And I personally think there's no way better than to close off tonight's show than with.
Well
Yeah, it starts off with removing his centurion. Okay, guys, we're going to be back. I'm not sure if it's going to be tomorrow or the day after. We will let you know very shortly. Follow us on the Comedy Nights Facebook page. It is comedians.
Cooped up because of Corona. Dude, you came up with the title for this.
Yeah, I what's it called? The thing is, I came up with about 3 titles, and they all stick in my head at the same time. Yeah, so we'll be back maybe tomorrow, maybe not, but we'll be keeping you updated very regularly. If you want to, if you see any memes or any funny stories, do send them to us. They will help make the show even more fun.
See you later.
What
do we do now? He stops. I'm like, there's a pause. So we supposed
okay,
to
so Steve, say bye. You can say bye, Steve.
Bye. See you later. Bye.
Apparently, it was filmed at the Machina. We'll leave on that. Take care, guys. Guys, have a great time. We'll all see you very, very soon.
Yeah.
Check out.
Cheers, guys. Ciao.